This is one of the ones I do not like. Why do I have it? Why did I pick it up? XFactor number 8. Because when Jonathan Hickman first wrote House of X and Powers of X, I loved them so much, they got me into collecting comics. All this stuff you see, all my collection, everything started with House of X, Powers of X by Jonathan Hickman. I collected comics when I was a kid, maybe 11 years old, 12, something like that. And I used to get Spider-Mans and Spawn. Like, I bought the first 15 Spawns as they came out. Of course, I don't have that anymore. But yeah, man, like I was collecting as a little kid. But then I grew up and got into, got a driver's license. And man, I wasn't thinking about comics, man. I ended up selling the stuff that I did have when I got my first apartment to help pay the down payment or whatever. Man, I wasn't checking for comics at all. But something in my elder years, I'm 40 years old now, 41, sorry. And it just sort of brought me back to that vibe that I used to have, man, when I used to really love the comics, man. And it was such a enriching, fulfilling sort of vibe, man, that I hope everybody, can get into something in their life that, they're passionate about. So anyway, House of X, Powers of X comes out. It's phenomenal. And from there, they do this Dawn of X, which is they are remaking all the mutant titles. XFactor, X-Force, X-Men, Wolverine, Excalibur, New Mutants, you name it. They're revamping, even Cable. And we're going to talk about Cable. It's a problem. But so they revamped them all, and I just decided that I'm going to buy every New Mutant comic. House of X, Powers of X was that good. I'm going to buy them all. And so I started collecting them. As each mutant comic came out, I bought the second issue, third, fourth, and so I'm collecting them all. And it just got to the point where by the time I realized I didn't like them that much, or admitted to myself that I didn't like them that much because I really wanted to, it was too late, man. I was already deep into getting them all, and once I start collecting something, I want to collect them all. It's just me. So I'll have every comic that was made since House of X and Powers of X that relates to mutants in my collection, even though I don't like most of them. These ones I do love. X-Force is a great one. One of the few. I think there's about 3 maybe that I think are really dope. And this is one of them. X-Force. This is number 18. Awesome cover right here with the purple and the pink lights, man, busting out of the boy's eyes right there. And you got Wolverine and looks like maybe Emma Frost or one of the Cuckoos. Black Tom Cassidy in the back, bugging out, man. It's just a dope looking cover. This is another one that's part of the Dawn of X and the mutant stuff. It's called Sword, and this is also now part of the King in Black storyline that's going on in Marvel Comics right now. If you're not aware, during this time, every comic in Marvel pretty much has some tie-in to this King in Black's narrative. King in Black's story is Venom. Venom from Spider-Man, when Spidey had the black suit, and Venom was created from that same symbiote alien. And then Carnage came, and then, this guy is named Null. Okay, and he's the king of all the symbiotes, the god rather of all the symbiotes in the universe. And he's decided that he's just gonna take over Earth, wipe it out, kill everything, I think, in the universe. And I think Earth is just next on the line or whatever. So all the superheroes are going through becoming symbiote, becoming Venom-like, either getting overtaken by this King of Black or killed. Nobody can mess with this dude. The King of Black right now is like probably the most powerful being in Marvel right now. He's just ridiculously powerful just for the sake of making him powerful. Marvel, sometimes they don't have any explanation. They just say, this dude's a god, can't nobody mess with him, period. That's it. And that's the King in Black. And this is a matter of fact, we're gonna come back. This is another one that I'm not crazy about, Excalibur, but a really cool cover nonetheless. I like it because it's got 2 main colors. It's got yellow and pink, just 2 big solid colors. I think that makes the cover look really cool. And you got Psylocke there and Betsy Braddock, Captain Britain. This is one of the great ones, X-Men. These are really good. They've been great so far. This is X-Men number 19. You got a bunch of new mutants on there. Can't wait to find out who they are and what's up with them. Marauders. This is one of the ones that I forgot to mention a minute ago, and this is kind of like in the middle. Like, you've got the X-Forces and the Wolverines and X-Men's that are great, and then you got the Excaliburs and New Mutants and X-Factors that, in my opinion, suck. This one's in the middle. It's sometimes hit or miss. Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's like, meh. But notice something right here, and you got Bishop right here. Now, who does this look like? Hip-hop. Remember hip-hop? Who does that kind of look like? Well, I'll tell you who they're going for, and it's Method Man. I'm of the mind that Bishop will be in one of the New Mutant movies that MCU is going to be doing, and I'm of the mind that Method Man is going to get the role. He's lobbying for it. He really wants it. That's the one Marvel character he's always wanted to play. If you didn't know, Method Man is a huge comic nerd, by the way. A lot of MCs are. A lot of producers are. They just, don't talk about how they collect comics as much, but they talk about comics. It's all through the lyrics. Listen. All in the names of the rappers, it's all in the names of the titles of the albums. So you know that they're into comics because there's so much comic related content in their music and business and creativity. And Method Man is one of the bigger ones. He's got 30,000 comics in his collection, which is insanely large. If you don't know, 30,000 comics is more than most LCSs. Most local comic stores don't have 30,000 comics in their shop. But anyway, I think Method Man is gonna play Bishop, so I've collected all the new Bishop or the old Bishops, like Bishop #1, the first appearance of Bishop, like all the Bishop related stuff. I've got it cause I still can. Right now, you can still get Bishop stuff because they haven't announced that Bishop is going to be in any of the new movies. Once Marvel makes an announcement, or Disney or whoever announces it, that a comic character is going to be in a movie, that comic or that character's first appearance, that character's key issues skyrocket. I mean, the value just goes through the roof. Once you hear about it, it's too late. So you kind of gotta guess ahead who's gonna come out and who's gonna be in the new movies and who's gonna be in the new show. And if you can guess it and you get all the key issues, and then the movie comes out, you can watch your profit, because a lot of people do buy comics to profit. A lot of people are into comics to sell them and make money. Comics is a real hustle. I personally just collect at this point right now. I haven't sold anything. Like, I've literally never sold an item, not a figure, not a comic, nothing. I've never sold anything, not because I'm opposed to it. I just guess it's all still kind of new to me, because like I said, I really just started collecting maybe 2018 again. From when I did when I was a little kid. I have nothing from then. Everything is from like 2018 to now. Excalibur #20. Again, I just have it because I've just collected all of the mutant comics. So I said I was gonna leave this part to the end. I just picked this one up. I've been buying these as well. Again, it's part of the Mutant, part of the Dawn of X. This is Cable #9. Cable is one of, if not my favorite Marvel character, hands down. It's just dope. And let's talk about real quick what Cable looks like. All right, that's Cable. He's a rugged old bastard, and he's a soldier from the future, and he don't fuck around. That's Cable. You know what I'm saying? That's Cable. See what I'm saying? Now the new Cable, Dawn of X Cable, and some of y'all know where I'm going with this, is not Cable. Who's that? Oh yeah, no, this guy, that's Cable. How? You know what I'm saying? They saying that this kid, this younger version of Cable, went back or time travel, because that's what Cable does. That's one of his things. He's a time traveler, forward, backward, whatever, and just kicks ass and handles business depending on where he goes. Well, this young version of Cable killed this old version of Cable, the real Cable, the Cable that we love. This grimy, gritty grandpa badass. Apparently, he somehow got the drop on him and killed him. And so now this is Cable in the comics, currently in the continuity. This was the first issue, Cable #1. Okay, cool. A young Cable in his 20s. That could be dope. That could have been dope. But this is what we got. This is why I'm not crazy about what's going on with the mutants right now, because it's this kind of stuff. I don't know who it's for. I don't know who wants that. I don't care. And I don't dig it. So those are the books I picked up. Now, I've been debating on whether I should show y'all these or not, but let's bust them out. Here's a few that we'll start with. Let's do a little unboxing.